So you want to become a U.S. citizen? Great. You have to pass certain tests before you can become a U.S. citizen. In this video, I'll tell you what are the actual tests you need to pass in order to become a United States citizen. So if you're interested, I'll see you on the other side. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Immigration Channel. This is a place where you get the most up-to-date immigration news, immigration information, and everything else that you need to make your immigration journey less stressful. In this video, we're going to go over all the tests that you need to take before you can become a United States citizen. In a previous video that you can see linked right here, you'll be able to see what are the requirements to actually become a U.S. citizen. In this video, we're actually going to talk specifically about the tests because a lot of you are confused about them, and I want to make a specific video to address the tests you need to take to become a United States citizen. Before we do that, if you're here for the first time, make sure to subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos, and also give us a big like so YouTube can share this video with more people just like you. So let's dive right in. So before you become a United States citizen, you obviously have to meet all the requirements, and we've talked about those requirements in a previous video. But once you meet those requirements, you still have to pass certain tests before you can actually become a U.S. citizen. Those tests are the fundamentals of history and the principles and form of the United States. The second test is the English language as it's written, spoken, and read. Now I know those requirements sound to be very broad, and trust me, you don't need to know everything about the United States history and the principles of the United States government. But don't worry, in this video, I'll tell you exactly what you need to do to prepare for those exams. So, preparing for the U.S. Civics exam. The USCIS has prepared a list of potential questions and answers that are going to be addressed at your civics exam. And remember, these questions and answers are available for you in advance, so you'll be able to study properly and be prepared for your test. Now remember, while there are 100 questions, and it's good for you to know all of them, you're not going to be asked all these questions at the test. In fact, you only need to know 6 out of 10 questions to be able to actually pass the test. If you remember, in 2021, there was a proposal to change the test, to increase it from 100 to 128 questions, and for the applicant to be able to answer 12 out of the 20 to pass. But this proposal was canceled by the Biden administration, and now you only have to know 6 out of the 10 questions to be able to pass your exam. Now, are there any exceptions to the civics exam? Well, there are. Number 1, civics test exemption for elder applicants. If you're 65 years old and lived in the United States as a green card holder for at least 20 years, and those 20 years do not need to be continuous. In this case, you can take an easier version of the civics exam. We call this the 65-20 exception. In this exam, you only have to study 20 questions. You'll be going to be asked 10, and you only have to answer 6 correctly. And the biggest advantage is that you can actually take this exam in your native language if you need to. But if you do so, you're going to have to bring your own interpreter. The second exception is for applicants that are disabled. If you have a physical or mental disability that's prohibiting you from studying for this exam, you might qualify for a waiver. To qualify, you have to file Form N-648 explaining what your disability and why it prevents you from studying for the exam. Talk about the English exam. That's the second exam that you have to take. What you have to show is you can speak and read English. You're going to have to demonstrate those skills actually at the time of the interview. Obviously, the immigration officer is going to ask you questions in English and is going to look at how you communicate and how you interact with the officer by responding to his questions. The officer is going to ask you to read a short sentence and also write a sentence based on his instructions. Is there an exception to the English test requirement? Yes, there is. There is an exception for advanced age. So, if you're at least 50 years old and have lived in the United States as a green card holder for at least 20 years, then you can have the entire citizenship application conducted in your native language. Second exemption is if you're at least 55 years old and you lived in the United States for 15 years as a green card holder, then you can have your citizenship test conducted in your native language. Obviously, you have to bring an interpreter. The final exception for the English test is based on disability. If your disability prevents you from speaking English, for example, maybe you're taking some medications or you have a condition that prohibits you, that makes it more difficult for you to speak the language, you can qualify for the waiver of the English language requirement. And once again, it's the same waiver applied on Form N-648, and your doctor will need to sign it as well. So, as you can see, most people are able to take the English exam and the civics test and pass it successfully. However, if you meet any of these exception requirements, it's also an option for you to take your test in your native language and still become a United States citizen. So hopefully this information was helpful. If you know anybody who may benefit, make sure you share this video with that person. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. And I'm always here to help you with any of your cases. Just text me 619-483-4549. I'm here for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.